Welcome to East End District Council's Cabinet meeting for this, the 2nd day of April 2025. I'm your Chair, Councillor Paul Arnott, and welcome to anyone watching the meeting via live streaming. We'll now start this meeting by doing a roll call of committee members here present, done by our DSO Amanda. And also, could you make any declarations at this point?
Thank you, Chair. Starting with yourself, Councillor Arnott.
Present, no declarations, thank you.
Councillor Hayward.
Present, no declarations, thank you.
Councillor Hawkins.
Present, no declarations.
Councillor Hookway.
Present and no declarations, thank you.
Councillor Jackson.
Present, no declarations.
Councillor Young.
Present, no declarations.
Councillor Ledger.
Yes, he's offered his apologies.
Thank you. Councillor Loudon.
Present, Amanda, sorry I couldn't remember what I was meant to say, and no declarations.
Councillor Olive.
Present and no declarations.
And Councillor Rickson.
Present, no declarations.
Thank you, Chair. Back to yourself.
Thank you very much, Amanda. And can we ask any other councillors present if they have any other interests they wish to declare? No, thank you very much. Agenda item 1 then is the minutes of the previous meeting of the 5th of March 2025. If anyone has a comment on those minutes, please do so by raising your hand. If no hands are raised, I'll take this as an indication you all agree the minutes of the previous meeting. Thank you. Those are agreed, and I will just sign those very quickly, and so those can be passed along to our DSO. Thank you very much. Agenda item 2, do we have any apologies? Oh, those have probably already been, no, have we got any more, Amanda? Just Councillor Ledger. Councillor Olive?
Councillor Jeffries sends his apologies as well.
Yes, and Councillor Rylance has also sent her apologies. Agenda item 4, public speaking. There's nobody registered to publicly speak. Agenda item 5, matters of urgency. There are none. Agenda item 6, confidential or exempt items. There are 3 items to be dealt with in our agenda at items 15, 16 and 17. Agenda item 7 is the minutes of the Strata Joint Scrutiny Committee held on the 17th of February 2025, pages 12 to 15. Do members wish to make any particular recommendation on this, or can we agree to move forward without specific recommendation? By hands, please. Anybody wish to speak to that? No, thank you very much, in which case we move those forward. Agenda item 8, minutes of Asset Management Forum of the 3rd of March 2025, pages 16 to 19. Same question, please. No, thank you, in which case we move forward without specific recommendations. Agenda item 9, the minutes of the Poverty Working Panel of the 24th of February 2025, pages 20 to 22. Same question. No, thank you very much indeed. Those move forward without specific recommendations. Agenda item 10, minutes of Cranbrook Placemaking Group, 20th of January 2025, pages 23 to 29. Same question applies. No, thank you very much. Those move forward without specific recommendations. I'm going to get a job as an auctioneer. Agenda item 11, proposed National proposed National Lottery Heritage Fund bid, which you can find on pages 30 to 39. It's going to be introduced by Councillor Jeff York. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Chair. Naturally connected connections, communities with the heritage of the Cliffs Valley. This proposal is firstly asking to apply for some funding from the National Lottery and then spending it. If you're not familiar with the area of the Cliffs Valley Regional Park, I suggest you get on your bike and start exploring. It's a hidden gem. So I'll pass you over to our Officer Paul Osborne, who will answer any questions, who is the Green Infrastructure Project Manager, to explain more. And I would also like to recommend all 3 recommendations. Thank you.
Yes, Paul, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, Chair. If I briefly give a summary of the report, if that's helpful. So this is following on from 2 previous lottery bids that we've run in the Cliffs Valley. We undertook and submitted an expression of interest to the National Lottery before Christmas, which had a positive response. And so we're as Councillor Young set out, requesting support to submit the bid and then, in principle, to enter into contracts with lottery should we be successful. The aim of the project is to work within the new communities which border the Cliffs Valley, so Cranbrook, Moss Hayne, Tythebarn and West Cliffs, and engage particularly with young people and residents born outside the UK, which include a number of refugees, to develop opportunities for them to develop a connection to the landscape and nature of the Cliffs Valley through arts and access projects. It will also enable us to refresh the Cliffs Valley Regional Park website and provide more accessible information on the work that was produced from the previous projects. Our estimated budget for the project is 315,000, of which approximately 2/3, 195,000, would be funded from the lottery bid, and the remainder funded largely through officer time and match funding, which is partly coming through some of the capital works at Cliffs Meadows, which includes some small elements of arts, but also some additional arts funding projects, which we're looking to partner up with Thelma Hubert Gallery and the National Trust.
Thank you very much, Paul. So any members from outside of Cabinet wish to speak on this at all? So coming back inside Cabinet, oh yes, Paula, Councillor Fernley, of course, thank you.
Thank you, Leader. I just wish to say, as ward member for the area where a lot of this is going to be covering, there's not a lot going on in our area, so I think it's a really great thing to be trying to involve some of the new communities and the diverse communities in that area in an art project. I think it's great. I think it's a great thing to have around. So I am definitely in support of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Fernley. Anybody else? In which case we come back to Councillor Young's proposal. Do we have a seconder for that proposal, please? Councillor Hookway, thank you very much. Let's go to a vote. All those in favour, please. That's carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Thank you again, Jeff. Thank you, Paul. And good to see Phil Collins back in. I know. How many more times should we make this joke? We won't make this joke this time. So excellent. So we've got a new arrival. So good evening, Councillor Faithful. Just to ask if there are any declarations of interest you'd like to make.
Just the last item, I have been involved with Ukrainian visitors, guests.
Okay, what type of interest is that? Do you want to? We'll work on it if you want.
I was teaching English for.
No, I mean, sorry, I don't mean the detail. I mean, is it EDI, ODI, FDI, whatever?
I think
one of those. Okay, Mel will sort it out.
Unregistered rural, yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you. In which case, we now go to agenda item 12: Equality, Diversity and Inclusion, the EDI Action Plan, which you can find on pages 40 to 50, and it's presented by Edith Stokes, our EDA advisor. Please.
Well, Chair, before Edith does
I'm sorry, Joe, are you introducing?
I will introduce, if that's all right. Just taking control back.
No, you weren't in my script, but if you wish to improvise, you're very welcome.
Right, thank you, Chair.
Don't mess it up, no pressure.
I'll try and I'll try not to. Yes, I've had a haircut, thank you, Councillor Olive. So, the serious matter here is that this council has to comply with and demonstrate compliance with the 2010 Equality Act, and within that, the Public Sector Equality Duty. And this report in front of you, colleagues, sets out the progress made over the past 4 years in achieving this. It also then looks forward over the next 4 years and sets out the key actions that we are bringing forward to achieve this. Within the report, there are 4 recommendations at page 40, and here, Chair, I propose these, and the 4 are in summary. The first being to note the progress made, second, to note the action plan and the forward trajectory of this, third, that we agree to appoint an EDI member champion, not tonight, but at annual council, who would in part work with the Armed Forces member champion and others. And then fourthly, we agree to setting up some EDI awareness training sessions for members. And I suspect this will be linked in at some point to the member development panel. And I'm looking at Councillor Jackson at this point, and she's got the thumbs up, which is good. That's really helpful. So, as you've already alluded to, Chair, our EDI advisor, Edith Stokes, is in a second going to just give you a brief summary. And I thank her for the work in bringing the report forward, as I do also to our previous HR manager, Joe Fellows. So I think at this point, Chair, I'll take myself away from the microphone and give it to Edith.
That's excellent, thank you. Edith, please, you're on, thank you.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, it's my first time here, apologies. Thank you, Chancellor, and thank you, Chair, for that. I've got a presentation up, if you could just put it up. Thank you. Oh. We thought it'll be a good idea to help bring the journey to life for yourselves. And so I've got just a 2-slide presentation. And the first thing I did when I joined the organisation is, of course, have conversations with the key stakeholders and do that engagement piece to better understand what are some of the strengths within the council, what are some of the weaknesses, opportunities, and potential threats. And this helped to inform the EDI action plan, which went to ELT and SLT for review and was refined to make sure that it aligns with organisational goals. We are now at the point where I'm bringing it to Cabinet, along with my manager, Gemma Roberts here, for you to note the recommendation and to get your buy-in at the leadership level. And following this, we will develop a programme of works which will highlight the resources and the time frame, so more specifically how we're going to deliver this. And part of this would be to ensure we've got a committee around EDI that helps to implement it from a leadership perspective, so that accountability is woven and it's not just within HR, but it's actually throughout the organisation. And this will be the implementation and monitoring part of it, which will be an ongoing process, and we will continue to report back to ELT and SLT our progress as we go along. These are the equality, diversity and inclusion objectives and actions for the next 3 years or so. The first is around cultivating that inclusive workplace. This is really important to make sure that employees and also our residents feel included and that we are reflective of the communities that we serve. And the benefits of this is for us as a council that we have a better reputation, but we are also making sure that we do meet our legal duties. The second objective there is around embedding and promoting the principles, again aligning with the equalities and duties that we have as a council and the public sector equality duty, ensuring that the policies and everything that we do promotes fairness and reduces potential discrimination, which would mitigate against any corporate risks. The next will be around promoting diverse representation. So it's important that we increase workforce diversity at all levels so that we better reflect the communities that we serve, and that we champion EDI within the organisation and through the work that we do, and develop initiatives for marginalised communities. There you'll see the disability confidence status that we are currently working on, and it's around ensuring that we improve on that and leverage the work that we do around increasing accessibility. The next is around strengthening our external partnerships and engagement with our communities that we serve. And this is really helping, this focuses on ensuring that we collaborate with our communities, with our people, and that the partnerships we do have enable the exchange of best practice within EDI and help to foster a more inclusive organisation. The last area is around the data. You don't know what you don't measure. I'm sure you've all heard of that. So it's important to have up-to-date equality, diversity and inclusion data so we can identify areas to improve, whether it's our representation or just how we do what we do for our residents. And that's a high level run through of the key actions that I hope to help deliver.
Thank you, Edith, very much. You had me at, there are 2 slides, and that's, the merit of that is extraordinary. A, because I know they're going to be 2, and B, that it's not 18, but you wouldn't have told us. So that's superb. I think this is a fantastic report. It's so encouraging, as it's pointed out in the report. We have a sort of fresh management now here, and you're looking at all sorts of aspects around work that we're already doing around poverty strategy, armed forces, public health, all of this kind of stuff. And I was really interested in external partnerships around supporting care leavers as well, which is an increasing thing. So I think it's a really exciting piece of work. Anybody from outside of Cabinet like to say anything first? No? In which case, inside Cabinet, anybody like to address this? In which case, I'll look for a seconder for Councillor Loudon's proposal. That's Councillor Jackson. All those in favour, please. Thank you very much. That's unanimous. Thank you, Edith. Thank you, Councillor Loudon, as well. Thank you very much. We now go to agenda item 13, which is on that bit of paper. Yeah. So it's the response to the Cliff St Mary and Soughton Bishop's Cliff Neighbourhood Plan modification proposal, which you can find on pages 51 to 78, and it's to be presented by Councillor Todd Olive, our portfolio holder for strategic planning. Todd, please.
Thank you, Chair. Good evening, everyone. This is the first report of this kind that's come before Cabinet, as the Cliff St Mary and Soughton Neighbourhood Plan is the first one to which a modification proposal has been brought in East Devon, so a fairly significant milestone for us. You will see in the report there are 2 recommendations here. One is to note the formal submission of the proposed revision, and 2 is to agree our proposed representation comment on that revision, which is set out at paragraph 1.21 of the main report, and then also in annexes 2 and 3, and also to agree the modification statement which has been provided by the Neighbourhood Plan Group and is shown at Annex 1. Happy to take any questions, Chair, but hopefully fairly self-explanatory.
And do you so move?
Yes, I will so move those for you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Members from outside of Cabinet first, please. No, thank you. Anybody from inside of Cabinet wish to comment on that? In which case, can I look for a seconder, please? Councillor Hayward. Let's go to the vote. All those in favour, please. Thank you very much. That's unanimous. Thank you, Councillor Olive. I now go to my vice chair for the, well, I know I do the last bit, don't I? So that actually brings the public section. Look, I'm in an, look at this lighting I've got. So hang on, you can do, I can do, shall I do my, so anyway, sorry about that. That brings the public part of this meeting to a close, but I hand to the Vice Chair now to do his bit. Thank you.
May I move that under section 100A(4) of the Local Government Act 1972, the public, including the press, be excluded from this meeting, as exempt information of the description set out on the agenda is likely to be disclosed, and on balance, the public interest is in discussing this items in private session, otherwise known as Part B. May I ask for a seconder, please? Councillor Loudon, thank you very much indeed. All those in favour? I believe that's unanimous.